Good morning. Hello. Good morning. Good morning. Hope you are well. Got my little cup of tea. Something's just fallen at the side of me. Good morning. I've just got two of you on. Oh, good morning, Fiona. It's the first Tuesday of February. Thank goodness. We're through January. We made it through. What a long month. What a long year. So, yeah, I'm going to crack on because there's lots to go through today. Hey, Alison. It's the start. If you're new to Stampin' Up, so Alison, this is aimed at yourself. Normally we have the first Tuesday of the month is when new things happen, generally. So rather than the first of the month, it's generally the first Tuesday of the month. That's been a change that happened about a year or so ago, maybe. So today we have two new kits. I love them both. One of them has got stamps in, one of them hasn't. So these are really good value if you want to get them as a present, or if you want to take them. I've got customers who've taken them on a cruise with them, or taken them to the caravan. Just fancied a little bit of something to take in a little box. So I've got one so you can get an idea of size. This is one. They're generally about this size. So yeah, you can just pop it in and take it with you. So we've got two new ones. One's £14 that's not got any stamps in. I love it. Nice colours. And the other one is called Heirloom something, and it's really nice. Bit antique-y. And that's £22, and that's got stamps in. Good morning, Wendy. Oh, it's so nice to have you on, Wendy. Great for you to be here. Thank you. So yeah, they're new today. They're lovely. If you're in my VIP Paper Haven group, I got up this morning, got straight to my computer because I knew there'd be lots to update. Today I'm having a predominantly Stampin' Up day. I try and do that on a Tuesday. So we've got some new celebration offerings. So this month, it's the last month of celebration. So for every £55 you spend, you could pick from here. But we've actually got some new items. And when I say new items, they're not brand new. They're current products from our offering. Excuse me. And there's some really good. Hey, Debbie, hey, Sue, there's some really good bargains. So one of them is the alphabet dies, the alphabet a la mode dies. They're worth at least £30, I'm sure. They're such a good bargain. I will show you what they look like. Hey, Betty. Hey, Kay. So you could get them free. So that's live now. So we've got two new kits. We've got new celebration goodies. What else have we got? Oh, so some last chance products have gone live. So lots of the Christmas things and from the other catalogue have got money off. I have screenshot a few, but there's a lot more than what I've shared. So take a look on my online store, thepaperhaven.stampinup.net, and there are some bargains on there too, some really good stuff. Some of the scrapbooking kits have been reduced as well. So I'm going to let my scrapbook ladies, I've just run out of time to do all the admin I needed to do before this morning's coffee and card. Let me just show you those dies. When I say I'm going to show you the dies, last week, and I'm doing it for the next couple of weeks, I've done some one-to-one tuition at a tuition centre close by me. I've done some like art and craft therapy, one-to-one tuition. And last week, we did a journal, making a journal and decorating it. And so I did one alongside the student, and she was brilliant. 15 years old, she was brilliant. And so we decorated one of these plain books, and I'll turn the camera around and then you can see it. So hopefully you can hear me now. So this is, I made one alongside the student, and I did one for my mum, and I haven't finished it yet. So I've used some old papers. I just took loads of old papers and things like that, scraps, bits and bobs, and I let my student decide, and I taught her how to do the rolled up flowers from a circle, and she was amazing. So I did one for my mum, which I'm going to give her for her birthday, which is this weekend. But I need to add some rolled up flowers and some leaves behind them. But these are the reason why I'm showing you this is these are the dies that you can get free with a £55 spend. So I do need to add my little rolled up flowers. So I will put a picture on when I've done that. I can't really share pictures of the students for safeguarding reasons because it does have a name on. But yeah, so I love doing that. I really enjoyed it, and she loved it. She loved doing it, and she thought she was, well, she was brilliant, but she felt really good doing it, and that was the main thing. So yeah, they're the dies that are available free. And I think that's all from what's happening. But I've put 2 posts in the group this morning. For those people, customers who take part in Coffee and Card, I need your help because I'm trying to decide what to use for the next Coffee and Card, which will start. Hey Sandra, good to have you on. It will start on the 11th of March. So my first choice are, I want to do something a little bit different, and I want to include 2 sets of papers. So I'm thinking of doing half of one and half of the other. And it is the Timeless Plaid checked papers, which I do need to make a card with these today. So I was going to include half a pack of these. Yep, really, really useful. And these go with the Storybook Moments papers. And the reason that I've picked these is because you don't really need the stamps. So you know I'm liking doing an option A where people don't have to have the stamps. So these are very, very Beatrix Potter, but you've got the die cuts. So you would need a sentiment set, a greeting set. I'll probably decide which one I'm going to use. So I need to spend some time this week making some up once people have voted. So this was like choice number 1. So these are lovely papers. So you would get half a pack. Now, I've only got a few left. So I've got some cut down here. They're not just for kids, what I want to say, because they've got lots of images in them that are perfect for people who, I mean, look at that, who like gardening. So that's a lovely card for a garden fan. Yeah. So they're just cut down to 6 by 6. So that was choice number 1. And what I was going to do as an extra option, so people could earn a celebration item if paid for by the end of the month, was to include the Storybook Garden Patch stamp set, because I've not bought the stamps with the little critters on and things because I didn't know how much I would use it. But this one I think is great to do cards for guys, for people, like I say, who love the garden, someone who's got an allotment. So I thought we could do some cute stuff with this. So this would be an add-on, and we could do some colouring in. So that is the choice for one of them. And as I say, if you're a regular Coffee and Carder, then please do vote for it. And if you're intending, if you would like to take part and like your votes to be heard, then please do vote. That was choice 1. The next choice, sorry, I've got to bend down to get these, is the Delightful Wishes, or Floral Delight, sorry, Floral Delight. One of them's called Delightful Wishes. Anyway, I've put some examples of designs in the group, but this is another choice. So there are some gorgeous vellums that go with this too. So the only thing with this is can't really do it without the bundle. Well, you could, but I don't know how. I could always do an option for those who have the bundle. Should I put my lamp on? It's gone a little bit dark. So yeah, that's the other one. I was going to use these for my weekend retreat in April, but I've just seen some new online exclusives and seen something else that I'd like to use instead. So the stamps for these, they don't really look much when you look at them, but you can build up the images, and they've got wishing, and we've got some lovely dies that cut the wishing out and everything. I have put photos on so you can see there a little bit better. And then the final choice is the mixed media or the mixed florals, and this would be a bit of a watercolory class, and these are the gorgeous stamps. Now they stamp a lot bigger than this, and I've seen some wonderful cards made with it, and I have just stamped one here so you can see the size, and it's really, really nice. So that's another option. And what I love about these is a couple of the papers. There's one you can colour in. Excuse me, I love that stripy. But my favourite, I bet it's right at the back, is this one. Okay. No worries, Betty. If you want to comment in the group, I will take that into all that into account. That's why I'm asking. Okay, so oops. Just found some carrots that I dropped on the floor. So that's that. So if you want to have a little look at that, then let me know. Right, on to today's mix. Let me just have a drink. So last week we made an easy card, and I've had a couple of comments, people saying that they use the design, they needed a quick design for a friend, and they've used it. So do you mean the coffee and card, when you say the new box, do you mean the coffee and card course, Alison? Because what I do is I do a couple of options, and I always try and factor that in. And one of the options, I always try and make that the goods in that option come to 55. So you would get a free item if you order before the end of February. Hope that makes sense. So once I decide what I'm going to use, then I'll post. And yeah, I always, when it's celebration time, I always make the higher priced option, so you can choose a free item. So yeah, it's up to you what works out best for you. If you want to take part in coffee and card, then you're best doing it that way. If you're wanting some other bits and stuff, you may be best ordering online, and then I could maybe send you the kit for coffee and card. I'll email you and we can catch up. Is that all right? Okay, so this is what I'm giving this to my mum this weekend. It's her birthday. So this is this week's card. So it's got a bunting background, and we're using one of the die cuts. Okay, now what you should have in your kit is, and let me just check, you should have, if anyone's got the kits, meant the kit box. Do you mean the kits? Right, well, if you want to email me, I'll sort it out with you, Alison. Thanks, Fiona. So you should have a pool party background, that base, then you should have an actual pretty in pink background, and then some white. Now, if you're not taking part but want the measurements, then I shall give you those now. So that's just a standard card size, but the pink behind is 9.5 by 13.8, and that means the white card should be 9 by 13.3. Excuse me. I should have also have cut you this out from the Stylish Shapes, which oh, thank you. Yeah, we'll sort it out, Alison. which is my go-to recommended die set, and then I've put in some scraps so you can cut out the numbers. Now, I've not got a lot of the die cuts left. I have ordered myself some extra papers, okay, but I'm going to use that one. But I have, as I said, the paper should be here for next week, so it should be good for next week. So I've done one with the balloons for someone a little bit younger, and I've done one with the flowers for my mum. Okay, and it's actually Craig's mum's birthday tomorrow, but I don't think she'll appreciate. I can get away with it with my mum, she'll probably laugh, but I don't think I can appreciate it with Craig's mum. So I'm actually not going to put numbers on. I'm probably going to do it a little bit different, but I'll show you how I've done what I did. Okay, so today I'm only using the basic grey pad, and I'm using Pretty in Pink ink pad, and I'm going to use the bunting stamp here. Just going to give that a little clean. I did. That's not the one. I was going to say I did pop my chamois in the under the tap. I'm just going to clean that. Okay, so stamp's clean, and I've got my ink pad. Now, if you want to not have this stamping onto a surface, these bags are quite handy to use as a background. What I'm going to do is I'm starting at the top, and I'm going to go from the middle like this, okay, if you've got the bundle. So I'm going to take that in the centre like that and stamp like that, and then that's just going to go in the centre again. Oh, I've got pink. It doesn't matter because the flowers are going to cover that, and I'm just going to carry on. I do about an inch in between. Now, if you don't join these, if they're not joining, it doesn't matter because the flowers do cover a lot. You can't really see the bunting until the bottom. That's actually covered that. So I've actually squeezed them in a bit more, so not as I'm not going to do one at the bottom. Let me see what it looks like. Yeah, we're just going to go. I'm just going to go with that. So yeah, I've squeezed them a little bit closer together because last time I was struggling to fit them on. So I squeezed them a little bit closer together this time. So in relation to the greeting, it all depends on what birthday you're going to do. Okay, so I'm doing this a little bit different, but I want to show you. I don't know if I need to do this, but I'll talk you through it. Okay, so I think there's only Betty who got the bundle anyway. So, and Betty's one of my seasoned stampers. So if you're crafting along and you've got the bundle, what I actually did was I popped Happy on a block, yep, and I stamped Happy to the left hand side of the banner, okay, and then depending on what birthday it is, so if it's 21st or and you want ST, then you take the little letters of what you want and I stamp them to the right hand side of the banner, and then I cut it up, okay. Now what you need to do, you can see here, what I've done is I've positioned the edge of the banner behind the numbers, all right, so that you don't see can see it slightly there, but you don't see sort of where it ends, and you just see the number. So what you might have to do, depending on what number you're using, once you've cut this, and I'm not going to say down the middle because it's more stamping at that side than that side, but once you've cut it, you might have to then cut it on an angle so you tuck it behind the number if the number's angled. I hope that makes sense. So I'm not going to do that because, as I say, I don't think Maria will like me putting her age on. I don't think I'll get away with it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stamp happy birthday. Just going to clean it. I'm using the attention shoppers because it's a nice small, it's a nice small one, and I know that it fits in. I know it fits in that die. I think I'll do it in grey. 30 years plus Betty, seasoned stamper. Okay, so I think what I'm going to do, I've decided. I'm going to do that. I'm going to pop that across. I might pop it there because then it's not covering. Yeah. And then I'm going to stamp Mum inside, I think. I'll decorate inside. Oh, I've had an idea. Had a little idea. See how this works out. Okay, so I might have to grab my scissors. Oh man, this is the problem. Because I went and did some tutoring and I'm doing it for the next 2 weeks. I put everything in a box, including 2 pairs of scissors. And I've left it all in the box because I'm there again on Thursday. Just going to cut this out. I'm cutting it by hand because to get in there with your trimmer, I might just tidy it up. So these are from the papers. So what I thought I would do, just going to tidy that up a little bit. Just going to tidy that up so it's I thought I'd stick this inside like that. Yeah, and I'll stamp Mum in there, and I thought that'd be quite nice. What do we think? I'm quite pleased with that little idea. Oh, my glue's all. So I'm going to layer this up on some foam pads. And I know some of you are seasoned crafters and maybe prefer to do your own thing rather than stick a die cut on like this. But sometimes, girls, we just need a quick solution. And yeah, and I need this for tomorrow. I'm going to pop that there. So I'm just going to pop 2 foam pads at the end to make like a little bridge, and then it sits over it there like that. I know what Craig will say. I'll say, I've done a card for your mum. Yeah? Guess what he'll say? He'll look at it. And he'll say, you've not put mum on it. I bet you. And then I'll say, look inside. So this is a handy stamp set to have. It's still available. Best family ever. Excuse me. It does say mum there, but it says mum as well. Let's go grey. There we go. We'll just stick that inside. There we go. All done. So I've not used the numbers, but that's a little alternative design, a little different way for you to do what you're doing. So if you don't want to use numbers, but you've got a card to send someone, then have a go at doing that. I hope that's a little tip for you, and I need to keep that one out because I need it, folks. I just get so next week I am going to, and my papers will be here. I'm not saying should, they will be here because I need some more. I'm going to show you how to make these cute little note cards and matching envelopes. I'm going to go through the size with you, and you can get 3 from 1 piece of A4. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to do that next week. Same time, same place, next Tuesday. So yes, we shall do that next Tuesday. So Alison, if you want to drop me an email, I'd be happy to help. I'm nipping out to take the dog on a promenade. I have to say the French word for you know maybe what that means, but yeah, because otherwise she understands what the word is. So we've had to go French, and no doubt she's that clever she'll start to understand what promenade means soon. So then I'm gonna switch to Italian. So yeah, we'll do those 3 little ones next week, okay? And yes, I'll give that to Craig's mum. Now you can, if you want, because you should have some of these left. Yes, email me, Alison, please. Pop these on. Pop a couple of these. I don't think we need them. I don't think I've planned them on any of the other cards. You could even pop them in the centres of the cards. You know, the flowers, I mean. So you could pop some of them in the centres of there. So that's all from me. It's 11 o'clock. I've got so much. I've got a lot of stuff to do. I've got to let my scrapbook ladies know. Oh yeah, I've got to plan. I'm in the Stampin' Up zone today. So after I've done the promenade, I'm going out with a neighbour at 11:45. I'm in for the day. So yeah, right. Thank you for watching, as always, and I will be here next week. Bye-bye.